I'm joined today by Shai Reshef, who is president and founder of University of the People, which is the world's first nonprofit, tuition-free, and importantly, accredited American online university. And Shai, it's so great to talk to you. I want to talk broadly about education and what we have going on with student loans and the cost of education. But first, I want to talk a little more specifically about online learning, because we hear and see so much, including advertising for-profit online degrees. But caveat emptor seems to be an important phrase to keep in mind when looking at some of these online programs. Not all online degrees are created equal, are they?
No, not all of them created equal. In our case, we are, as you mentioned, tuition free. We are being led by great professors from the best universities in the world. We make sure that the quality is very high. We put the students in classes of 20 to 30 in each class to make sure that they get personalized attention. So, online is a broad sense. Some programs are for enrichment only. Some of them are not as good as they should be, and some of them are great, like ourselves.
How do you think that this sort of second trend, we see, of course, the nonprofit universities, both online and for in-person learning, but then we've seen these for-profit universities, which have been the subject of significant controversy, and we don't have to go into them specifically. I'm sure my audience knows about some of them. They advertise very aggressively. What are the problems with the for-profit education model?
Well, I think that it is right to say that the for-profit online education are those who open the market to adults, to people who previously did not have the opportunity to study. So in general, they were the for-profit in general, but later on the online for-profit, look at the needs of working adults and open the gates to them by being more flexible, by having the right programs that fit their needs. At the same time, it turned out that since it was easy to get government loan for students, some of them abused the system, convinced students to study when they were not ready, convinced them to take government loans where the students were not really understood what they're doing, and eventually many of them either drop out, still having a loan, still having debt to pay, and some others graduate but still couldn't find a job, and that's where the criticism came about. So, but that's some of them. It's not all of them. And as I said, people forget that they were the first one to change the higher education and open it to those who need second chance.
So let's talk a little bit about this sort of vicious circle that we're now seeing with regard to student loan debt and tuition costs. As we see tuition costs go up, it is very easy now to take on student loan debt for degrees that may be expensive and may not really even lead to salaries that are sufficient for ever paying off that student debt. Talk to us a little bit about this cycle that we now see going on and why it's so bad for the economy.
Well, it is bad. What happens is that people take loans in order to study, and many of them don't really know what they're doing when they start. Sometimes their parents sign for the loan, sometimes they sign for the loan, but you take the loan a year by year, and it's not clear that the students know how much they're going to end up paying. Second, if they take a large loan and what they study is not a degree that will help them find a job, they might find themselves with huge loan without being able to pay that. This is extremely bad for them because, you can't forgive this loan. I mean, that's something that you go with it for your entire life, but it's also bad for the economy. Just to realize, we're talking about $1.3 trillion student debt. This is horrible for the economy, and it's not clear that this would not become the second a nation's financial disaster. But talking about the students, it's horrible. 70% of the students who graduate high school has a debt of $30,000 or over. We're talking about huge number, but even more depressing is the fact that there are millions of students who took loan, did not graduate high school, did not graduate the universities, but still have this loan, no degree and still loan. Well, these are people who don't have the education. These are people who are unlikely to find rewarding jobs. And these people who are not productive for the economy. So it's bad for them, it's bad for the economy, it's bad for everyone. And what we are saying, and that's basically the main mission of University of the People, is that the gates of higher education can be open for everyone, and that should not be part of this equation. And higher education can be way cheaper than what it is, and students can still get great education, inexpensive, be productive, be getting out without loan, and be productive for the society that they live in.
And talk to us about how you're able to keep the costs low at University of the People. Is it via subsidies that the educations are being sort of partially paid for by someone else? Have you eliminated administrative and bureaucratic expenses? How has it been done?
Well, basically, it's all of the above. We at University of the People, we are tuition free. Saying that we are tuition free does not mean that we are free. We expect the students to pay $100 per exam, per end of course exam, which means that a full degree, a full BA degree, will cost the student $4,000 over the duration of their studies. The 4 years, or if they take them longer, it will still be $4,000 because they only pay $100 per each end of course exam. For those who cannot afford even this amount, we offer a variety of scholarships to make sure that nobody is left behind for financial reasons, or at least we try to have enough scholarship for those people. We are able to do that because we have a very, very lean operation. First, to start with, we take everything that is free on the net, open source technology, open educational resources, and volunteers. There is a new phenomena that professors are willing to give their expertise, their knowledge for free for other people, and we ask them to help our students. At the same time, we have a very lean operation. We don't have any facilities, any brick and mortars. As I said, we don't send our students to buy books, and we basically make sure that we only do the necessary, only those things that students need in order to succeed. By the way, we do pay our instructors honorarium, but even if we pay them a full salary, we still be sustainable, even though we will need more students in order to get to this point. What I'm trying to say is that we're basically building a model to show the world that education can be way less expensive than what it is right now. And all the resources that we use, every university have them.
And talk to us about what degrees are available at University of the People.
We only offer business administration and computer science, the two degrees that are likeliest to help people find a job, the two degrees that are best for them, for their future, but at the same time, the degrees that their economy, their country need in order to continue its progress. We are working on developing health science and MBA, which we will offer in the future when they will be ready. But we choose those degrees that we believe that are essential for our students to succeed in their lives.
Well, it's absolutely fascinating. I encourage everybody to check out Shai's TED Talk about education. I want to remind you, we've been speaking with Shai Reshef, president and founder of University of the People, also known as UoPeople. Google it, find out more. Shai, thank you so much for telling us about it.
Thank you so much for inviting me.